Chapter summary. Chapters 4 to 7. Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. Oh, I wanted to mention to you all that my mother's maiden name was Butler. And I would not be surprised if there's some kind of connection because the Butler Wagner clan is huge, and I don't know most of those people. But when I was young, the first family reunion that we went to, they were flying in, they were chartering planes and flying in people from all over the country to the original start case of the family in Kentucky. So,
Wow.
so yeah. So okay, chapter 47. The year is 2025. Intelligence is ongoing. Individual adaptability. Adaptations that an intelligent species may make in a single generation, other species make over many generations of selective breeding and selective dying. Yet intelligence is demanding. If it is misdirected by accident or by intent, it can foster its own orgies of breeding and dying. That's from Earthseed, the Books of Living by Lauren Olamina. Family dynamics are paramount in Chapter 4, which tells the story of Amy Dunn, a 3-year-old who started a fire and burned down the family's garage. All was not lost because the neighborhood emergency plan helped to prevent the fire's spread, but the situation cast light on the high cost of water as well as the unaffordable fees charged by the fire company. It also shed light on the poverty, neglect, abuse, and mental illness going on in the Dunn household, where we bear witness to God's prey. We also glimpse some of the class differences that exacerbate inheritance issues in the characters of Wendell Parrish and Rosalee Payne, relatives of the late Marjorie Sims. We learn a bit about the Moss family, where polygamist Richard Moss is patriarch. Some of the Mosses are on a target shooting trip led by Reverend Olamina. On this trip, an encounter with wild dogs ends with the protagonist killing it, a real challenge to her hyperempathy. The difficulty obtaining water, drought, and emergency planning are key themes in Chapter 5. We also learn in this chapter, Amy Dunn is dead. Changing weather patterns, desperate violent people, and concerns about other deteriorating social and economic conditions are of great concern to the narrator, as well as questions of what should be done about them. As she shares some of her vision of the future with her best friend Joanne, her friend is scared. We learn in Chapter 6 that Joanne betrayed the confidence the narrator Lauren, who we are just really finding out that's her name, placed in her. By sharing her concerns with her parents, Reverend Olamina
Michelle.
a tall, broad wall of a man.
Praise Jesus.
With his daughter. He speaks with his daughter about her concerns, validates her observations about social conditions, shares some advice on human nature, and partners with her to become more active than he already is in planning for the future. Salvation is the chapter's theme. Finally, in Chapter 7, Lauren develops a name, Earthseed, and a purpose, taking root among the stars, for her belief system, which is based on taking note of observable phenomena and acting in response or adapting to those observations.